This is Professor Charles Jeffries. I teach psychology at Seattle Central College. And this is my response to the most recent Supreme Court ruling on affirmative action. It's really interesting the way they set it up. They got 3 judges who were biased. They knew that they would vote a certain way even before they became judges. Rammed them through the selection process. And then brought the case to court. And at the end, they said you can use anything but race as criteria for admissions. Okay, you think about that in terms of what is that really all about? Okay, the assumption is that African Americans need some type of assistance or can't get into these institutions on their own. Okay, and the fact of the matter is there are black people going to Harvard and these elite schools before there was such thing as affirmative action. I mean, W.E.B. Du Bois went to Harvard, got his PhD from Harvard in the 1890s. Martin Delaney went to Harvard Medical School in the 1850s. Okay, Carter G. Woodson got his PhD in Harvard in the early 1900s. Okay, so we can produce individuals who can go to these institutions. Plus, it's been 3 generations. 3 generations of African Americans graduate from Harvard. And also Harvard, Stanford, Yale, Dartmouth, all your Ivy League schools have a 94 to 97% graduation rate for African Americans. What's the graduation rate for white Americans in your local state institutions? Okay, the fact that they have such a high graduation rate says that they are capable of doing the work, and they should be there. But they're so worried about black people getting something, they gave it to the Asians. The good news is that HBCs, in other words, historically black colleges, are going to increase enrollment, and it's going to help keep them strong. Okay, second issue is that we're going to get in those institutions anyway. Okay, we're going to get in those institutions anyway. And also, it's going to hurt whites more than it hurts us. Okay, they said in the UC, it's the University of California system, presently it's more difficult for an in-state white male to get into UC Berkeley than it was before affirmative action. And the reason is because white Americans cannot compete with Asians when test scores are the main criteria for admissions. But they're so arrogant, they don't know that. They don't know that. Even though they didn't learn from UC Berkeley, okay? And then Clarence Thomas told me he doesn't have a clue of what diversity is. That is darn plain lazy. All you have to do is go on the internet, Google, and type in diversity, and it'll come up with a claim. That tells you that individual's mindset. But once again, I said it's okay, let them have it. Let them have it. Sure, our enrollment may go down, but it's not keep us all out, and just enough of us going to get through. And what I found also encouraging, these colleges, I was just reading the Stanford Daily yesterday saying we're going to figure out a way to keep our diverse population. Okay, we haven't figured it out yet, but we're going to keep it. And also Stanford and Berkeley decide they're not going to use test scores anymore. Okay, so we'll see what happens.